What is going on, fellow music producers? I'm Space King AV, and today I'm going to be breaking down how to make a funk or trill style beat in FL Studio 20. For those of you who don't know what funk or trill style trap is, it's kind of like trap music, but there's like a bunch of like weird samples intermixed, and at the same time it's like a groove within the beat. It's much more groovy than trap music. Use different style snares than trap music. Without further ado, let's get into it. It's a sampled track, and I'm just gonna break down all the elements. I'm not gonna actually make a new beat in real time because that'll take too damn long. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna put headphones on so you guys don't have to hear me with the monitors. The original sample, it's from a sample pack called Dusty Grooves. I think it's Soul Surplus, maybe. Nah. Alright, so it sounds something like that. And I just kind of took the sample and chopped the first little bit of it. So I'll show you how we start off the beat. I took the sample, pitched it up plus 500 cents, and I'll play how it's gonna start. Sorry, without the tags. So I essentially just put a halftime on it, as you can see right there, and then it drops. So what I did to start out, I took the sample, routed it to channel 1, put an EQ on it. As always, you should always do this to your samples. Make sure that there's no low end, so that your bass can really shine through. I put a fruity chorus on it. A lot of people don't know that fruity chorus. It's a simple plugin, but it's powerful. It makes your melodies and your leads sound really nice. It just does. I'll play how the sample sounds without any effects right now, and then I'll show you how it sounds differently. I also put a nice plugin called VerbSuit Suites, which is a reverb plugin. You can put any type of reverb on it, whether it's fruity reverb, whatever you want, pretty much. So this is how it sounds without the effects. It sounds nice, obviously, but there's something missing. And on the master channel, right at the beginning, I put this little halftime, and as you can see, it's gonna fade out right as the beat's gonna drop. And then right here, I put a little riser. It's a riser that plays throughout the beat, and it just kind of brings the beat together, makes it more like lively, makes it just like you get excited right before the drop. So that's why I put it there. And then right at the beginning, I put my tag. I put a little like sound bite. The beat is going to be in the description too for anyone who wants to actually listen to it. Make sure you go and click that if you like this tutorial. So at the drop, right? So funk music, it's usually the outro is like 8 bars, 4 bars maybe, but right at the drop, I put in some hats. I put in an 808, put in a kick, and I put in a snare. This you want to have like the same kind of snare playing, but you want to have like different patterns. I'll show you guys exactly what's up. So it starts like that. That's how my 808 looks. It's a Contra 808 by Nick Amira. And I'll show you exactly what I put onto my 808 track. I put a fruity fast distortion, put a decapitator. It's a great plugin that just gives extra quality to your sound and makes it sound brighter and better. I put an EQ on here, and I listened to the kick, and I saw that for the kick, the frequency that made the kick really thump harder was like 61 hertz. So I added that frequency with the kick, wherever the kick may be. So I added a little thump to the kick and then made it quieter, so the kick's quieter. So that the 808 could really shine through. That's why this EQ this is like cutting EQ pretty much. It's simple equalizing. You want to raise some frequencies and you want to lower them for sounds that play at the same time. And then I put a fruity limiter with a compressor, and I put the sidechain to the kick. First I sidechain the kick to the 808, and then I put a fruity limiter compressor, and I just kind of played with the release envelope and the threshold and the ratio until it sounded like the kick was just hitting hard, but not like making the 808 go way down. So, and then I put an L1 limiter on it too, simply because I didn't want the 808 to go above a certain point, because sometimes the 808 jumps frequencies, or it just jumps on your master track, and you want the 808 to be very consistent. You want the actual loudness of it to be consistent. So, and I put it in mono, which is what you should do for all your basses. So, without any of the effects, this is how the 808 sounds. Like, it's a nice 808, but it doesn't hit at all. But then, like that, you can really hear, especially when you put the kick in. When you hear with a kick, it sounds nice. Like the kick is really having some frequency. On the kick, I put parametric EQ. I put a decapitator as well. I put a little ozone A imager. Made the lows really kind of have no stereo width, and then I put more stereo width on the higher bands, which kind of makes the kick wider in your ears. And then I put a clipper, which essentially just makes the kick kind of hit a little bit louder, which is you want your kicks to clip just a little bit, but just enough so that you hear a little kind of high end in your kick, but not too much. You don't want to clip your stuff too much. On the snare, let's see, snare kilohertz, I just boosted it at 1.9. And alright, on the hi-hats, I put fruity phaser and some reverb. It's on the default setting, and I boosted the highs. When you make any trap style beats or funk or whatever you do, a lot of people, I feel, their beats lack high end. So high end and like the high frequencies really make your sounds stand out. It makes your mix sound saucy, I guess you can say, but it really does. It makes a huge difference. So the first pattern is just a simple two-step hi-hat for the first 8 bars, I believe, yes. And then I have a secondary hi-hat coming in right here. That's how the open hat. That's one of the hi-hats. Another one of the hi-hats. Third hi-hat. It's just a little extra groove in heading into from the 4th until the 8th bar. It just adds a little groove, a little differentiation, and then the hats drop off. And then right here, I put I chopped up the sample originally. I just took it, and then I took whatever slicer wanted to do, because I mean the chops look good to me. So I put it in here, and I just played around with the chops. And it ended up like this. Also, there's a halftime gross beat right here, playing right here, and then it'll come off right here. So, let's see. Same hi-hats pretty much. And I don't know if you can see here, but these 808s are 2 different patterns. I had the kick a little different here. And I had a little slide note, sliding to D sharp, and that. What was this one called? This song is called "Shut the Fuck Up." It's what I named this track off. So. If you ain't talking about no money, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's how it sounds without, and with effect. So. For your vocals, you definitely want to EQ out the low end, boost a little high end. I just saw that at 1200 hertz it needed a little negative EQing, and I put a little reverb on it. Not too much decay, but just enough so that the sound has a nice trail off it. A little pre-delay too. Yeah, a little pre-delay. And then I put a compressor on it, Fat Filter Pro C2 default setting. I played with the ratio a little bit, threshold. I put a halftime. Halftime only comes in for some of the song, and as you can see, the lows and the highs are cut from the halftime, so it's only like a mid EQ on the halftime. And I put a little chorus just so that the sound kind of swishes in your ears. And then later on, for some of the other vocals, I put this plugin called Pan Man, which makes the vocals go left to right. So I'll show you what that means. Like right there, you can hear the vocals going from left to right ear. That was pretty sick. So it's always good to spice some stuff up. Whenever you're making your own style of music, find something that makes it your own kind of like sauce. You know, you don't want to be copying other people's style, because it's just, you'll be making the same music over and over again. Kills your creativity. So make sure you just do whatever you want to do personally in your compositions. All right. So after this little, after this little chop, I went back to another cut of the sample. As you can see here, right here is one cut of the sample. This is one cut. This is another cut. It's nice. It's like, this sample is awesome. On all the samples, I made the sear separation a little more separated. I did the same thing with the EQs on every single one of these samples pretty much, because each sample is only playing by itself as a harmony or as a melody. So I did the same setting pretty much with the little addition, a little chorus on some of them. Like right here. That's a little chorus. So, alright. So after the chop, I have a little kind of ride out of the beat with the vocal. And then I had the 808 cut out and the kick cut out too for 2 bars, and then the kick came in for another 2, and then the 808 came in for another 4. So you just gotta spice up your sounds, not make everything sound the same for the whole song. Have elements coming in and out, and have different melodies. Here, I recorded one of the samples, I think. I want to see what effects I put on here. It was one of the samples, and I had a good, like, I added too many effects on it, so my CPU started to get drained. But there's a chorus, there's an Edison with the sample, I guess. There's a halftime. I thought that if I raised the pitch and made it halftime, it would give it a cool effect, which I think it did. And I have an EQ, which is essentially the same thing, but I lowered a frequency that I thought would be too muddy. I just did that. And a little reverb, as always, and another chorus. I have 2 different choruses here. Turn this one down a little bit. And I have a different 808 pattern too. Different 808 even. Just that. And the next pattern, kick comes in. This is how the hi-hats look. They just go. Like, it's a very simple pattern. You got your snares, and yeah, that's that portion. And then I had this part come back, but I didn't want the 808 playing at first, so. And then it comes back in, and it's just like a vibe, you know. Make sure that you don't use the same exact rise every time. I used that one because I thought it was good. Use that one again. Different vocal sample too. Back to the chop. A little hat action, just so it doesn't get too similar. And then it's a drop. That's the real drop. It's kind of like you're getting really excited right as that happens, and then right as the kick comes in, it gets really exciting. I just went to 1/3 step and put a little triplet kicks and just a little additional kicks right at the start, just so it pops right at the beginning of this measure. Pretty much same 808, but I cut out the first note of the 808 just so the kick really pops, and then the 808 comes in, and it's playing the same note pretty much, C to B. And the snare goes to this, a little variation. And then I go back to the regular 808 in the kick with the little slide. Back to the chop. And then I went back to, I already showed you guys this, but a little pan man. I don't know if you can see here, but I also routed all the drum instruments to a drum bus. I went here, clicked the instrument, made a new inset, right clicked, and then I said route to this track only. And then on the actual drum bus, I put a little reverb just so everything sounds like it's close. I cut out all the low. I put a little clipper for the drums. Put JC Clip, huge plugin. For anyone who produces any type of music, it's a great plugin. Solid bus comp makes all your drums pop out together. I'll show you what I mean. Without any of these effects, this is how it would sound. With them, way harder. Like you just hear that little reverb on the snare too, and it makes it pop. It makes it pop really nice, I think. These are just all the kind of presets I put on. As you can see, nothing too drastic on the drums, except for on the hats. You can put a phaser, you can put a chorus, you can put reverb on all your drums, and it'll sound nice. And on the instrument bus, I did the same thing with it that I did with the drums. I routed all the samples and sounds to a bus. I put Ferric TDS, which is a saturation plugin. You want to put a little saturation on your melodies and your drums if you so desire. I put a little compressor too. Solid bus comp. It just removes a little bit of noise that's peaking too loud. You know, that's what a compressor does. Halftime for some of it. EQ'd out all the low, made sure there's no lows, and then I sidechained the kick to the melodies so that the kick could really stand out against the melody. Like, you can see getting sidechained. That's dope. And then it just repeats, like, that's a song, like. Now I'm gonna play the whole song through, so sit back and enjoy.